Okay, hi guys. This is my three and a half week dread update, and I guess I'll just show you guys what's different. I'm a little bit fuzzy today. I took a shower yesterday, so it's pretty clean. And from my last video, I separated out all of the beaded sections that I had, except one, because I've kind of grown attached to it. It was just because they were too big. I had said in my first video that they were at least 2 inches wide, and so I would go up to my scalp, and I figured they were about that big, and I don't think I'm ready for dreads that thick yet, because once they mature, they'll be that big around, and I'm not ready for something that big around. And so I'll just show you guys what's different. So, this side first. I've got, this one was 2, and now it's 1. And it's, let's hope you guys can see it. It's knotting pretty well. It's probably one of the few that's the least farthest. These are my bags. This section is not beaded, and it's together, not knotted, but definitely clumping together. So, let's see here. Okay, this bead is pretty interesting because it has like nodules along the outside, and so it naturally wants to eat other sections of hair, which is actually pretty good. It's also not that far along. It, however, does have quite a bit of knotting with it. So, at the top part, but not at the bottom. Let's see. This is another section that just kind of wants to section on its own. Seems like the beaded sections are the furthest along, so I just tend to show those more. This one's starting to get like zigzaggy, which is pretty cool. I actually kind of like the zigzags. They're really unique. And starting to knot right there. So, let's see what else I've got. Here's another beaded section. So, it's actually a little bit further along than the others that I've shown you. It's a little bit older. If you can see that, there's like this looping of hair on it. So, but I can tell how mature it is if I just touch it, and I can feel how thick it is, how much like loops of hair have like wrapped into it. Let's see here. Okay, so my oldest one, the one that was made from my earring, I split into 2. Because it was going to be as big as, like, a tail. I didn't want that. So, I separated it, and I put 2 beads on it, instead of just the 1. So these 2 are the oldest to my whole head. Let's see, which one should I show you? This one is the furthest along. It doesn't look that interesting, but feeling and actual look, it's much further along. Like this right here is really tight, and oh, that's new. This bump right here is completely new. Hold on, gotta put the dogs up. Okay, there you go. Dogs are put up. This is the other one that was in my earring dread. It is one of the oldest, or it came from the oldest. Or, yeah. And this one will probably be my second favorite. You can obviously see like the knotting here, and it's starting to, it pulled out a little bit of the bead, which is fine, because in the other one it actually wrapped up into it on its own. So that'll be in no time. And this piece right here is pretty tight. And it's not going to be any time at all before it does that. So this one, and I said this one that I just showed you, and this one were both from the same. And I split them just because they were so big. Let's show you this side. Alright, so I'll show you my favorite. Yeah, okay. This one has the most zigzags out of all of them. Ta-da! It's pretty cool looking. So, it's probably third running for the most mature, besides the two back here that I just showed you. It's got loop in here. This one was pretty crazy at first. It had like chunks of hair poking out, and now they're all like wrapping in really nicely. So it looks like that. And this one's no wider than maybe a ½ inch of hair. This is the only one that I didn't split, just because I liked the way I liked it so much that I just wanted to keep it. So it's probably the third most mature on my head. Let's leave it back there. Let's see. Okay, so this is another one. It's pretty far. It's pretty good. Let's take that. So still kind of loose, but it's doing the same thing the other one's doing with the bead that had the nodules on it. It's like eating other sections of hair, which is perfectly fine. And it's pretty high up in my hair, so I've got all that room right there. Showed you these two. Here we go. Okay. Don't know if I showed you guys this one and this one. I think these are the only two that I haven't shown yet. Some are pretty skinny now that I separated. There we go. Pulled it out. Okay. There's the bead. There's the knotting. And they've all got their own interesting shape. So, okay. And then I've got one more bead in here. Yeah, this one's a beast. I don't call it a beast because it's big. I call it a beast because it likes to eat. And it eats. It's been eating quite a few sections of hair. I've added them slowly into the bead as it's wanted it. So, in response to my question before about if the hair below the bead would dread, the answer was yes. However, don't move the bead down because there has to be at least 6 inches of hair from the end of the hair to the bead in order for this section of hair to dread, which is cool. So I was right in the fact that I should just leave them alone. I'm not going to move them down. It will just take a little bit longer for this section of hair to dread versus this section of hair to dread. So I have a ring that tends to catch loops of hair, so occasionally when I do this I regret it. See, like right there. Anyway, okay. So I'll give you guys a turn around. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching, and if you got any questions for me, feel free to comment or ask or subscribe or whatever. Yeah, that's it.